Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. This time around, it is MediEvil 2 for the Sony PlayStation 1. I played the first one some time ago. It was a rather interesting game, after having watched newfiebangaa play it. And now, I'm going to be playing the sequel as well, because he also played it. And this is a rather interesting sequence of things that I'm looking at on the screen here. And it takes us right to here. That is really interesting. We might as well just go ahead and watch the rest of this, I guess. So, MediEvil 2 takes place in 1886, Victorian era London. 500 years after the first game. Xerox is long dead. So is Sir Daniel Fortesque. Or Sir Daniel Fortesque. And thankfully, this intro sequence loops until you press X. So, we now have somebody conjuring magic. Dinosaur skeletons are come back to life. The undead has been raised. Or the dead has been raised and become the undead. And now, we need a hero. So if we press X, we're going to find out who that hero is.
Sir Daniel Fortesque, back from the dead once again. The great hero of Gallimere, reduced to a dusty relic at the back of the old museum. Well, things have changed since you've been away. It's a new world, but with the same old problems. So find yourself a weapon and get ready for a scrap. Oh, and if you see my spectral trail, stand in the light and press action to summon me.
So, somebody around here, albeit someone who is not a human being, knows what's going on, and Sir Daniel Fortesque has been brought back from the dead. Thankfully, you can use the D-pad, not to mention the analog stick, to move Dan around. I thought it was analog stick only, especially during the Twitter tryout, but no, you can use the D-pad. And, well, we might as well go ahead and read this book by pressing X in front of it. The legendary knight Sir Daniel Fortesque, born around 1250, died 1286 at the Battle of Gallimere. Legend has it that after defeating the evil sorcerer Xerox at the Battle of Gallimere, he rose from the dead a century later to destroy Xerox once and for all. Or Xerox. I can't even remember how to pronounce his name. So let's press triangle to exit out of that, and we need to start looking around. Oh, and if you press X at this little spectral light, the ghost that we just talked to, or rather the ghost who just talked to us, will repeat what he just said. There will be others. And we want to go into this room first because there's a sword. We're going to need the sword. How do we get it, you ask? Press X. We're going to pull out our arm. That is our default weapon. You can, well, up until now anyway, where you can press X to strike and square to throw. So we got that going on. We can duck and defend with triangle, assuming we have a shield. We can do the defending part. We can now duck stuff now with triangle if we don't have a shield. And we can still jump with circle. Let's go ahead and break this and get our small sword, which we will be needing. We can still hack and slash and stab. And we can charge up with square to do the power strike, which we will need. Also, this hand's going to follow us around here. But if we go to this room, we'll find a museum key, but we'll also find some zombies. Thankfully, as long as we keep striking with X, we should be able to take care of them okay, although I would much rather use the power strike, honestly. That'll behead and de-arm them in the process, which is something we definitely want. And that'll make quick work of all of them. And as we're attacking an enemy, we're going to fill a chalice. Now, up in the upper left-hand corner, we have both the arm and the sword as icons. By holding L1 and pressing square, we can switch between them. We'll be able to equip other weapons soon enough. Keep this in mind for now. Anyway, let's go ahead and get the museum key, and we need to go somewhere else around here. Where is it? Right here. And as soon as you enter this room, these two green armored suits just randomly come to life. What you want to do is double tap to run. And then stay on the move. Keep mashing the square button. I would tell you to charge it up, but you want to make sure that you're striking at every possible instance. And there we go. That's how you get rid of those guys. Now we have an energy vial. How am I doing on health? 258. I could probably... we'll get other opportunities to health along the way. I might as well grab it now. And if you go behind this thing, you'll find a bag of gold that will give you 10 pieces of gold. You will still need gold coins to buy things in this game. And by breaking this with our weapon, if I can get close enough, we get the pistol. We have a more modern weapon. This definitely was not in the first game. So what we're going to do is we're going to select the pistol. By selecting the pistol, the star that signifies what we currently have highlighted will also show up in the upper left-hand corner. By using the analog stick, the left analog stick, or the D-pad, we can switch between those two slots. Pick which one you want, press X when you have the highlighted slot, and you will now have that item equipped. You can have 2 weapons equipped at any one time. And to switch between them, again, hold L1, press square, and you'll switch between them. Actually, I never... Did I actually mention that you could do that? Well, in case I haven't, hold L1, press square. You'll be able to switch between them. And, well, we got another hint from the ghost. We might as well just go ahead and listen to it.
As well as an inventory, you've got 2 weapon slots. Select your weapon, then use the stick or directional buttons to select the slot it should go in. Once both slots are full, L1 plus square switches weapons without going back to your inventory. Should make killing things much more fun.
Interestingly, you're forced to use this system, which can be a pain in the butt if you can't remember the shortcut right away. Back in the first game, you could just select the weapon you needed and then you could just get back in the game. But no, you have to do inventory management every time you do it. So you have to pick your weapons ahead of time, and then you can equip weapons with L1 and square. And again, that can be... It is easy to fumble with that in the heat of battle. So you definitely want to be careful. Anyway, let's go ahead and go through this door, and let me switch back to this. As mentioned earlier, we can jump with the circle button. We need to remember to do that as we're going around here. And there are 3 bags of gold, so we now have 40 gold. Let's listen to the ghost.
Feeling groggy, Dane? Let me remind you about some of the finer points of combat. Press triangle to duck. If you press triangle whilst running, you'll do a daring dash. Combine this with jump for a super jump. Try it out.
Well, we don't necessarily need to do it here, but I guess I could show it off. By pressing triangle while running, you can do the daring dash, which you learned in the first game. You have it automatically at the beginning of the second one. And if I could get it to work properly, there we go. And yeah, you can do a nice little jump over here. No, you don't necessarily need to do that. You can just dash and you can do it. And by holding L2 and R2, you can do the Dan Cam, which allows you to look around in first-person perspective. There is a chest there, but first, we want to walk into this lock to use the museum key. That's where we'll be going next. And we can break this for a shield. We have a copper shield. We can now duck and defend with triangle now that we have a shield equipped. We have another hint. Let's listen to it.
If you equipped a shield from your inventory, triangle becomes defend. You can use it with the daring dash for when things get really hairy. It's got a limited amount of strength, so use it sparingly or it'll be you that gets a battering.
And you can now defend yourself while using the daring dash if you have a shield equipped. Also, just like the first game, the shields can only take so much damage before you find another one. I'm going to go ahead and switch to the pistol here before going into this room. And from here... Oh. I'm thinking a little ahead. Let's go back to the sword and listen to this hint.
If you see walls like this that look like you can climb them, you probably can. Use them to get to new areas.
Now, to use a ladder, you just need to walk into them. If you do it correctly, Sir Dan will put his weapon away, and then you can use a control pad to climb around. Thankfully, we can hold down and go all the way to the floor. But of course, as soon as we go down, this dinosaur skeleton from one of the opening cutscenes comes to life, sends these things after us. We want to be careful against these things because not only do they kick you up close, they can also hit you with a laser beam from a distance. Thankfully, I saw that coming. And if you could stop striking me, that would be great. And once we destroy these things, the dinosaur skeleton that has now come to life roars so much that, and so loud that this statue tumbles, and we can use it to get up here. Now here is a healing fountain. By standing on it, you can heal yourself. How am I doing on health? I'm going to go ahead and heal myself. Thankfully, it is a lot faster than in the first game. And now I'm going to switch to the pistol. Because in this room, we have two guys with muskets. The little green trail right there indicates that you have a target locked on. Shoot with X. How are you able to shoot at me despite not even looking at me? What even is that? Well, anyway, you want to use R1 to strafe. You want to hold that button down to move side to side when this guy is shooting at you, because once you shoot this guy enough times, you'll take his legs off and he'll just keep shooting at you. Want to make sure the green light is on him before you shoot at him again. Then you want to strafe back and forth and shoot at him, hopefully without getting hit. And I wish the health bar would stay up there. It annoys me that it does not. I'm now going to switch back to the sword here. And we are now in this room. And there's this really shady looking guy with a trench coat. The ghost might have something to say about him. If I can do it.
This crafty scoundrel is the Spiff. He'll provide you with nearly everything you'll ever need at a hefty price. Press action to select him.
Do you know what happens when you run around during a chat with the ghost? Do you? I forgot these enemies were here. Fun. So now I have to destroy them and hopelessly maim them. There's 3 of these things. I've just killed 2 of them. Where's the third? Behind me the whole time. Get back here. Oh my, this is really... Oh, I got him quartered now, thank goodness. But yeah, this is the Spiv. Shady looking guy in a trench coat and top hat. He replaces the merchant gargoyles from the first game. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and spend 30 gold on 50 pistol shots. Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need them. I want to fill up on that. We'll get more gold as we go, don't worry. For now, we do want to go down here. And there's a cannon and some debris in the way of the Myths and Legends room. There are 2 rooms where we can go into. There's the garden, and there is the display room. By the way, if you're wondering how I'm moving the camera around, it's R1 and R2. Still can't move the camera with the right analog stick yet. That's not until PlayStation 2 era. I want to go into the garden first. That's obviously the easier area of the 2. And I want to slash at the zombies. And what do you know? There's a chalice. Just like in the first game, there are chalices. And by filling up the cup to 100% by destroying enemies, you will soon be able to pick up the chalice. There is no Hall of Heroes in this game, unlike the first one. Though if you do collect chalices, you will get something good out of them nevertheless. And of course, we have a hint about them.
On every level, you'll find a chalice. It fills with the souls of the vanquished. Dispatch enough enemies to collect it.
I love how you're going to give me a hint on everything but the healing fountains. You're just expected to just have me walk into them and be like, oh, that's how it works. When are we going to get a hint on that, huh? But as we approach the healing fountain, there will be zombies coming out of here. We need to destroy them. There are 3 in all, and we want to make sure that we defeat all of them so that way we can get the chalice eventually. Where'd he go? There he is. And there's a chest here. We want to open that by attacking it, as we do, to get the cannonball. We're going to need this for the cannon. How am I doing on health? We're doing okay. I don't need to get this yet, though I will soon enough. Okay, so we were in the garden. There's a display room. It's time to equip the pistol again, start strafing, start shooting. Oh, dear. No. Eat hot lead. I need you to face the soldier. Thank you. Now, you can break these. But if you grab the torch, they break automatically. Now we need to fight these guys just like we did the first time. If we can kind of corner them a little bit, we can hit them. Though I'm afraid of accidentally getting myself hit by those big, huge claymores. I'm assuming those are claymores. Maybe those knights are Scottish. Ow. But we can pick up the chalice now, and we also have the torch. But before we do that, I'm going to go back to the garden and, of course, pick up the chalice. And I do want to refill on health. There's a chalice of souls. Definitely want to pick that up. Sure, why not? Now, we need to go press select to access the inventory, because that's how we pick all our weapons and shields and whatnot. And we need to select the cannonball. Press down until you're in the third part of the inventory, which has your arm and your chalice and your other special items. Highlight the cannonball, press X, and there you go. Now for the torch, same way. We just move down and then we move to the torch, highlight it, press X. It does use a weapon slot, so we actually have to equip it like a weapon. X will put the torch forward, square will swing it. We need to set the torch on fire and then hit the cannon with the lit torch. Now that we have the cannonball in the cannon, in order to get that debris out of the way, and we can now go to the Myths and Legends room. I'm going to put the pistol back on. I'm going to switch to the sword. And from here, oh dear. Okay, I should have kept the pistol on. I need you to face him. Game. Well, I'm facing somebody and I can shoot them. That's good enough for me. Okay, he's gone. Okay, I didn't even notice. I didn't want to blow up the chest, but thanks anyway. Anyway, he's gone, and in case you needed the shield to defend yourself, you can get another one here. Need to get a drink real quick. Back of the throat was getting scratchy. And there are some things that we can do in this room. For instance, we can learn about the Kraken. The Great Kraken that can smash a boat between its fearsome jaws. Some still suppose that the deepest seas still hold creatures like this great beast. Fisherman Phil McCavin caught this example off the coast of Bognor Regis in 1774. Bognor Regis, I really don't know how to pronounce that. And Zarok, or at least something that looks like him, in his final form. Despite assuming many monstrous forms, the evil sorcerer Zarok was reputedly a coward. Okay, he was a coward, but he was a very powerful coward who could cast magic. Legend has it that the great knight Sir Daniel Fortesque vanquished this creature in 1386. Are we going to mention the fact that he was dead? I guess not. And we can't learn about this thing, unfortunately. But yeah, nice little reference to the first game right there. And apparently I have to jump into this ladder in order to use it. Here is some... Did I even buy any things? I think I did. I must have used the ammo when I was fighting off all of the guards with the muskets. And we have another museum key over here. Let's rotate the camera. We have more gold. I think we'll be able to see the spiv again soon enough. And we'll be able to buy some more pistol ammo that way. But for now that we have the museum key, we have this lock to unlock. And we can go in here. The dinosaur skeleton is back. And we have these things showing up. Let's go ahead and beat these guys up, hopefully without getting horribly maimed. Why are you shooting a fire laser at me? And they are all gone. There is a room that the dinosaur skeleton does reveal, and we can find 2 more of the things. 2 more things of gold. You can leap up a little bit, and the way these things are set up, these little boats, you can use these as platforms you can get up here. Or maybe it's the other way around. I'm not sure. I didn't really notice this until I did a practice run for part 1 of this Let's Play. And I tried getting up there. The game won't let me. Also, there is something going on with this tile. Maybe it's just there to mess with me. Maybe it's a red herring. I want to think it's a red herring. Unless I find out otherwise. But how am I doing on health? Well, once we go through that door, we'll be on a whole new level. So what I want to do is I want to go back to the garden. And of course the game will do a little bit of loading before I can do that. But thankfully, once we go over here, we can heal up, and we will be ready for the next level. Because once we go through that door, that is in the room where the dinosaur skeleton came back again. Once we go through this doorway, we're going to be in another level. Yeah, this opening part is 2 levels long, and Tyrannosaurus Rex is the second part of this level.
Alright, Dan, you've come a long way. I'd save if I was you.
And that is what we were going to do. So save progress? Yes, we will. And I don't have a save file, so we're going to make one in slot 1. Alright. Save is successful.
You made it. Nice one, Dan. If you meet that monster, don't be too scared. Look for his weak point. Don't let things get on top of you. Get on top of them. Afterwards, I'll take you to meet me boss.
And it looks like we're deeper into the museum. Once we enter this level, we can't go back to the previous one. At least not yet. So we made it a little bit of a ways. We still have a ways to go. But if we can get out of this museum, we can find out what's going on. We can meet this ghost guy's boss. And we can hopefully save all of England once again. I don't know where exactly we are, even though it clearly says we're in London, 1886 in the opening cutscene. But something tells me we're definitely going to be saving a lot more than London, if anything is an indication. So, join me next time, where we explore more of the museum, and hopefully get out of here in one piece. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!